Welcome back to Officially KNG. The last few videos that I put out have got some traction and I've done quite well for some reason. So I'm making another video with my Mazda MX5 RF, also known as Enzo. If you haven't watched the previous videos, then I would say go watch them. It should be somewhere up here, somewhere. Hopefully up here, otherwise I look kind of dumb. Right, so going on to the video, basically, someone in the comment section said something about me cleaning the exhaust, and I'm going to be truthful. Probably in the last 6 months, I haven't actually cleaned it, and when I bought it, it didn't look particularly clean back then. So I'm here to rectify that mistake, and so we're going to try and film. Before we start filming, the weather has been absolutely shoddy and has been raining non-stop. I did have this car clean for when we did this filming, but it rained and now it doesn't look so great. So please ignore that, it will get cleaned. But for now, we're going to be cleaning the exhaust. I'm going to move the car into the garage and then we'll go from there. So now that I look like I'll give Michael Jackson a run for his money. I mean, he can't run, but... So these are my sort of poo shooters, and that's what they look like. Not particularly clean. So, buckle in for some fist on poo shooter action. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get these washed, okay? So I've got some sort of wash. This is just Autoglym Polar Wash. And I'm just going to give them a little bit of a clean and just see how much grease I can get off them first. Look at that pump action. Now I'm going to cover all the areas that I'm going to scrub and make sure that it's all nice and well coated. And then I'm just going to cover some of that bumper because it is extremely dirty. Can I just say I have never done this before, so I'm a complete amateur, and so just learning as I go, and hopefully it ends up well, because if it went absolutely horrendous, this would never make it to YouTube. So I'm just using a wheel brush that I've just got from Halfords, but I'm just going to scrape the inside as much as I can. Really get that action going. Obviously, if your poo shooter is bigger or smaller, you may decide to get a brush that fits better for you. However, this was absolutely perfect for mine. I'll get something more specific for the outside of the exhaust, but I'm going to see what I can get going. So I'm just going to wash this down now, just see what we can, what they look like. I'm not expecting them to look amazing, but some improvement. So next thing I'm going to do is just use some wheel cleaner, anything that has sort of like iron fallout remover, and we're going to just help further degrease this up. Probably less is more, but I'm Asian, so there's no such thing as that. Okay, so we've kind of let that iron fallout sit there for a couple of minutes now, and then I've just got this brush again from Halfords. I think it cost me £4, and I'm just going to start scrubbing away and see how much more we can get up. The other thing that I've got is this. some metal scrubs, and we're going to be scrubbing with this as well until my fingers hurt. So the iron fallout remover had dried up a little bit, so I'm just adding a bit of water so I can agitate the dirt more effectively with a brush. Right, so let's speed this up.
One eternity later.
So I'm just going to wash it down again before going in with the metal scrub until my hands hurt or bleed. And don't be scared to be a little firm with it, because that will just make sure that you get even coverage with that scrub. So for my poo shooter here, I'm using the 3-finger approach. If you've got a small poo shooter, you might use one, and then for you big Goliaths out there, you might use your whole fist. No discrimination in that, but for me, the 3-finger method, that's what's getting it done. So I've just been scrubbing for about 5 minutes. I'm not too bothered about what the inside looks like, because that's just going to fill with carbon quite quickly. But I think definitely for the outside tips, I definitely want them nice and shiny. So I'll see what they look like now. We'll give that a bit of a dry. Don't look too bad, to be fair. Now there's still definitely some carbon deposits that I definitely could fix, but like I said, I'm not too concerned about that. We're more about sort of the outside. So this is what they're starting to look like now. Starting to look quite neat. Obviously we've got some carbon deposits, but we'll see how much we can get up. So that 3-stage clean right now, it's not looking too bad. So the last thing I'm going to use is some Auto Sol. It's just a metal polish. I think this was about £7, okay, but you can definitely find stuff that are a little bit more expensive. I'm going for the cheap stuff. Apparently it's pretty good. We'll see how it works. All I'm going to do is I'm going to just apply some onto this pad, and then get this onto the exhaust. So I'm going to probably do the outside first. So I'm going to make sure I get a nice even coverage over the whole of the outside of the poo shooters before I start buffing. Just going to take a microfiber cloth. So as you can tell, I'm a complete noob at this, and as the video goes on, I get better and better at polishing the old poo shooters. So at this point, I start to sort of get tired, and just because I'm lazy, I'm going to try and grab a bottle to try and do the job for me. And there we are, that's me trying to give it a go. I soon need to kind of ditch it because it wasn't very effective. From this angle, you can definitely tell how much better they look. Here's a before and after. And then some more clips before and after. So that's the end of my video. I want to see how much I could get done in about half an hour in terms of getting this exhaust. It's come out pretty well. It's not perfect, and I didn't expect it to be perfect. Now, I know with sort of the metal polish, if I kept on going, the sort of inside would look just as good as the outside, but I kind of gave my time constraints to half an hour because just like the rest of us, we've got so much more things to do, and therefore I wanted to show you viewers what you can get done in about half an hour. Now, the outside is what I cared about more, and it looks really, really good, especially now that the sun's out. It looks pretty good. You have watched me sort of fist or three finger the poo shooter of this car for the last sort of 10-15 minutes, and so really reflect back on that. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and turn on post notifications. My name is KNG, this is Enzo, we're out. And that's why you don't stand on stuff, kids. Hello and welcome back to Officially KNG. For some reason, someone in the comments had put, for me to try and get it cleaned. I'll put it somewhere there. There is a wasp on my camera, and then it's just been chucking down, and it's actually sort of flooded in certain parts of this area. So the car's back to be. It's so shiny, so pretty, so reflects so good in it. Still on camera. Well, you know what time it is. You're gonna say, my fist could fit in that.